So here's a stat for you guys. 100% of the people who have previewed Metroid Prime 4 really hate this guy right here. Have you seen the side character Miles McKenzie in the new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond?
I need the option to shoot him in the face.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get into this really quickly. Here's about let's just give you a brief little snippet of who this character is.
I'm surprised they didn't say Miles Morales.
Miles
very
McKenzie.
similar.
So here is Miles McKenzie here. This person says, I was looking forward to Metroid Prime 4, but no way I'm asking Santa for a game with acting and dialogue. This shit. So here we are. Now, real quick, before we get into Miles McKenzie here, Phoenix, you played Metroid games before, right?
Yes.
Talk to me through, what's the general tone of a Metroid game?
Isolation, desolation. It is a quiet. It's basically aliens. You are alone on a alien planet. The music and the sound effects, the ambiance is definitely. You are the intruder on an alien planet, and it is quiet. So you would not have someone wisecracking the whole time. That would definitely get in the way of that somber kind of mood.
Well, introducing Miles McKenzie.
Studio that made this.
This is Retro.
Retro.
Yeah. So, and that's what gives people hope about this game. So we'll see. But why they felt the need to introduce this character?
I have a theory.
Well, okay,
Can we see the developers?
Let's see Miles first.
I think it's working.
I hate him already.
What was that?
Isn't he the guy from Clone Wars?
That did not sound friendly.
Kill him! Get him!
Yeah, Echo, I think.
Okay, I got it. Oh,
no. Okay, there's one. Here we got a little bit more. This is just a little compilation.
All I could think of that entire scene, by the way, was what would that scene have been like if you had completely cut him out and just left it the way that Phoenix said right at the beginning, quiet and desolate and silent.
Way better.
Way better.
Yeah, I think that's something you should that should definitely what does he add? Right. And now, look, to be clear and to be absolutely fair, we have not played this game yet. We're only going based off of what we've seen so far and Metroid's reputation of exactly what Phoenix said, being desolate.
A lot of studios are just afraid to let a game be quiet. It's been a problem since it switched over to DVDs and they could just jam all that dialogue in there now. It's just the person in your ear constantly jabbering in every fucking game. I hate it.
Well, let's hear more of this.
I've always hated it.
Would you like to know what's going to happen tomorrow that's going to readjust that standard to quiet games again?
I'm imagining we're not going to see it on the list. That's for shit sure.
God damn it.
Here we go. Let's see more Miles McKenzie here.
If you really want to shoot something, maybe try that piston. Oh, I felt it move. Hang on. Shooting me isn't going to get this to open any faster. Ah! We're good.
I think my theory is right, by the way, when we talk about theories.
We'll get to this in a second. You know what I realized is the yellow paint has become the meme over the last few years. The idea of it guiding you through the game, right? There's yellow, everything's dark, except for the yellow stairs over there that she probably should take. What color is Miles McKenzie wearing here? Bright yellow.
Shoot!
he's literally, he is the guidance system of this section of the game. But it gets a little bit further. Let's finish.
The yellow paint thing. This is on Nintendo. Miyamoto said, "Oh wow, this is years ago, talking about how most people couldn't beat the first level of Mario now." Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yep.
Okay. I'm coming down.
Oh, wow. What a mess. You're alone on a planet, no hope of survival. But you're also not sitting next to Phil anymore in that cubicle, so Win?
What?
Miles, everybody, there we are. Good job, everybody.
Who the voice actor is, and I can't actually find who the voice actor is. So I'm wondering if they're not announcing it because they're afraid he's going to get a whole lot of harassment or something because everybody hates the character.
Well, Phoenix, before we get to your thought process on this, I want to see what the internet's saying about this. And Rocco Bot of Mega 64 fame, he is on the sane side of the internet over here. He said, I see a lot of responses to this being, quote, a lot of games have a wacky sidekick. What's the big deal? But like Metroid Prime in particular, in my opinion, is pretty defined by its sense of loneliness and discovering things on your own. I would say this qualifies as potentially devastating over here. And I 100% agree with Rocco here. You saw Games Nosh came in and says, wait, I'm just catching up on this. Did they seriously add a fucking Redditor sidekick spouting Marvel dialogue to a goddamn Metroid game? You know, the series famous for its total lack of dialogue and atmospheric ambiance as you explore? Right. And we saw this. Video games need to do away with this character trope right here. So Phoenix,
Look at his face.
I know. It's like it's a very punchable face. Like kind of like Ludwig. He's got a very punchable face.
He's Dark Helmet. Reminds me of that scene in Spaceballs where he gets punched in the face. The helmet just drops down in front of it.
He's let's just not look past the idea that this takes place in the future, and he's still wearing these like dark rim glasses. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's wearing this super space outfit here. And this visor can't correct his vision up here? Like, was this what we're doing here? Nothing about this makes sense. All right, Phoenix, your thoughts.
All right, here's what I think. Because if you look at, so Metroid is not usually a big seller, by the way. It does okay, but compared to all the other properties, it doesn't do well. So you're going to look for a little bit of a reinvention. What I think this character actually is, I do not think he's throughout the game. I think he's your tutorial guy. If you look at every Metroid game, for the vast majority of them, it is a boring slog fest of, you've just woke up, here's how you get, because every time you always wake up without your abilities, and so blah, blah, blah. So they went, okay, as game designers, how can we keep the momentum forward? We'll have you doing an adventure. I believe this is probably like the first adventure out. And as you're traversing, he's explaining, use your hyper boosters that we just put in there that you can do blah, blah, blah. So he's your little character that does that. Two, then the other problem that Metroid Prime has, everyone's saying it. What do we know it for? The mood, the X, the Y, the Z. The problem is it's not working sales-wise. So what do? They add a little bit of comic relief for a younger generation to get behind. I would bet almost everything that this character actually dies at the end of that tutorial part. I would almost guarantee that, because that's going to be your catalyst. So like, you're supposed to befriend this character, and I think the dark entity of whatever the hell is found at the end of that level, the end of that area, kills him or kidnaps. Something happens, and that is one of your many means of call to action. That's what I would bet. They want you to love something, to lose it, to then go forward. If you look at all the other gameplay, you've never seen him once anywhere in that gameplay. You're only seeing it now.
I hope Ridley flies down and puts his tail right through that dude's heart. Like it's Super Smash Brothers.
So, okay. Now look, having not played this, you're right. There are a couple different ways we could take this. Maybe he's meant to be annoying, right? Every time that Samus responds, she doesn't actually say anything. She just looks at him like he's a fucking idiot in these cutscenes, which you should. So yeah, there's one or two ways this could go. Number one, and you're probably right about this, Phoenix. It's probably very early in the game, meant to be some sort of tutorial, yeah. Right? Hence the yellow armor.
Yeah, that's what made me zero in on that. Yeah,
but if I don't think he's going to die personally, but if he did,
he needs to.
That would be one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. Like that'd be so fucking funny, like spectacular. Now, this is spurred a big conversation online, and I want to continue really consider the source in a situation. This is from Johnnybo, which is a Nintendo guy, says Nintendo for life over here. So just consider all things. He says, let's be real. Let's be real. Where the people that are complaining about McKinsey and Metroid Prime 4 ever going to buy this game in the first place? Metroid is a pretty niche series, and fans who waited 18 years will not care. We just want more Metroid.
They're the exact people that would buy the game.
I
Don't question content. Just continue to consume content and get more content.
Yeah.
right. It doesn't matter. It's just been 18 years. We're gonna take whatever we can get. Just whatever we got. It's okay. And he's obviously a big Nintendo fan. But
Did Dread sell well?
Metroid Dread? I don't know. Blabs, see if you can find Dread's numbers on it. But
That game was great.
Right. Metroid is the gamer game.
Yeah,
of
Metroid
the Nintendo
Dread
franchise.
sold over 3 million units worldwide.
Okay, 3 million is not like a major accomplishment.
That's probably a cheap game to make, though.
Yeah, it's probably decent for Metroid because like Metroid just always kind of makes its money and then some, but it's not this gangbuster thing.
This game probably cost a lot more than Dread.
I saw somebody quote $100 million for this game. When I heard that, I was like, I don't know how they make that back.
Well, it's been in development hell for
years.
It went through, I think 2 cycles. They actually dumped the game, I think twice. I think.
And where is Metroid 2 and 3 like on the Switch? What a ball drop! They've always dropped the ball on Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing it for a long time.
You know what's interesting here? I just looked this up. As of September 2025, the Metroid franchise has sold over 22 million copies worldwide. That's the entire franchise. The best-selling individual title of the series is Metroid Dread, sold 3.07 million copies. Prime was sold 2.84 million, and the remaster sold 1.3 million copies. The original Metroid sold 2.73 million copies on the NES. And this is kind of shocking. Super Metroid sold 1.4 million copies.
Really?
In the grand scheme of things, that is much lower than
That's what I'm saying. Like a tonal shift, I could see. I don't agree with it, but I could see why a tonal shift was something Nintendo said, look, new generation, let's try some experiments. We need to get people in on this.
We need a gay Redditor.
You do need a gay Redditor, but especially like during that beginning stages where it's usually just a tutorial dump on you. It's like, well, how do we make this entertaining for that generation that they think this is probably great writing? So like, oh, good, it's fun, it's quippy, and then we get rid of them just to get you in on the action. That's my guess here.
Well, the response to this has been interesting, and this guy JY Song had a pretty good banger talking about like this is in response to they're not going to play it. People complaining, but they're not going to play it. He says, we got to have standards. I don't understand why being a fan of something now means you have to accept slop. Yes, people have been waiting for so long. They have the right to complain when something stupid is being put in their game. If this game succeeds, it will be in spite of elements like this existing, not because of it. And why should we have to tolerate that nonsense just to have more? Just show a badass bounty hunter kicking ass and taking names along with sweeping vistas and exploration in your marketing, and people will eat it up. No one is going to be excited when Quirk Chungus the man shows up looking like an emasculated office worker slapped into a Metroid setting. Excusing away things like this contributes to IP's diminishing in quality. I think it's a really
Johnny Boy there is probably a fan of Other M.
Oh my
God, who just loves all the slop. Other M is a dog shit game.
I don't even want to talk about Other M. Don't even want to talk. People be
well,
like,
that guy was probably licking its ass.
Well, okay, Other M. Like there are people who will defend Other M. Those people are wrong.
They're all on Reddit, probably
straight up wrong. Those are the people. Adam in Other M was the biggest slap in the face. I wanted to like Other M so much. And I remember sitting on my couch playing that game. And this is before the general thought process of the game was out there. And look, this is a guy who had a website, had a brand called Screw Attack, right? Named after the strongest power-up in all of Metroid, right? I fucking love Metroid. I've always loved Metroid. So when Other M came out, it was almost like expected for me to like it. But I remember playing through that and being like, what the fuck is this? Like thinking like, you are Samus, the most badass bounty hunter in the freaking galaxy over here. And you can't unlock your freeze beam until Adam tells you to do so. Like, get the fuck out of here with this nonsense.
Yeah.
Ridiculous, man. It's so silly. Unbelievable. Anyways, look, I think that this game will sell well. It's been way too long, but I do think that maybe unless Ridley comes down and stabs, Mackenzie fuckface in the heart, like you mentioned, Mitsu, I think that Mackenzie could be seen as a detraction.
I'm willing to make a bet on this one. I can almost guarantee he gets it.
You think so?
I'm telling you, because look, from just a story perspective, it's so jarring. It's so jarring, and you didn't see it in any other thing. So that means he's got a limited. If he was like integral into the plot, you would have seen him everywhere, right? You didn't. So clearly, he goes away for a while. So he's a tutorial guy, and then so it's like, well, why did he leave? He's either going to be helping you from another base or something, or more. I think he's the guy that gets you in on the game, the lovable guy you like. And then something happens, kidnap or death, as the catalyst to move forward. And Nintendo wanted you to like this guy. I'm not saying that the writing was there to make you annoyed. I think they wanted you to love him so that when he gets it, it's that further, the stakes are higher. A main character just died. The catalyst moves forward. That's what I think. I'd bet on that.
Sam hit us up in a group chat and says, Phoenix, unfortunately, there's an image of him still accompanying Samus later in the game, and here's the image.
I just lost that bet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or that's a different soldier type. I don't know. That could just be generic human uniform thing.
I will go to my deathbed saying 2D Metroids are better than 3D Metroids. I know that.
I agree.
Yeah. People are like, people be like, oh, Prime's the best. I don't know. It's good.
I always applauded. Right. I always applauded Other M's attempt. Not the story was garbage, but I applauded their attempt at trying to do something a little bit new as far as just the mechanics of like you're going sideways and then you can go into a 3D kind of thing. I thought it was a nice shot, but it was a terrible game.
My favorite Metroid is Fusion. The one on Game Boy Advance.
Great. Yeah.
That was fun because you always had that.
The one that was left off the list today.
Yeah. Oh, what? What?
I'll leave you with that. I'll be right back.
Yes. I too will be back in just a second. Blabs, I'm going to come to you for supers. And then we're coming back. We're talking Asmongold and DSP. I'll be right back.
Where's everyone going? Everyone's just leaving. Okay.
Listen, I broke the seal right before we started to stream.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible mistake. And I've been chugging my water all day because I'm, just let me go pee. I'll be right back.
All right, go on. Anyway, hello. Okay, Mercenary 5 says, I have to agree with Phoenix. This character has to go at the end of its tutorial. Otherwise, it's not going to help the game. Mercenary says, and I will defend the Other M. The story, I could do without, but I love the gameplay.
Play the fart song, the fart clip.
Oh, I don't have that sound effect. I can play this one, though.
You're fired.
Oh. I don't think that's...
There you go. He's telling me I'm fired. All right. Rod says, I agree on Phoenix's take. That's basically the core of the Metroids, but in my opinion, I do not think an NPC will make me pass Metroid. It is the only game I've waited for Nintendo for so long. He has a punchable face as DSP. Damn.
Wow.
Dan says, yellow on his armor, you might as well pull out a bullseye on him, but Metroid Prime 4, I don't know how I feel about that character constantly talking, including you. That was some English.
Fair enough.
Rod says, I also saw Smash made a video about it. I have not seen it, but how he has made his vids, it recently shows me he does not give the benefit of the doubt to Retro Studios, and in a way shows he's grifting. Okay?
Now, to be fair, though, have you seen a lot of these games that come out? I mean, I'm kind of past the point of giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. Did you see that Witcher post from Pirate Nation showing the new director or whatever for Witcher? Holy shit.
How bad?
Really bad.
Jesus.
Anyway, Wise Max pretends as people disagree with me, but people who are dooming about Miles have not played Prime 2 or Prime 3. Both of those games had NPCs that talk to Samus, so I'm not worried about Prime 4.
Well, they just didn't talk in that. They weren't as annoying though as that.
It wasn't fucking Claptrap.
Yeah.
Mercenary says, I like Miles McKinley, and anyone who doesn't, and if these characters are talking, that means Samus isn't. But then he also says, sorry, I meant to say anyone doesn't like this character can bite it as long as these characters are talking. Samus doesn't talk. I have no idea what the fuck he just said, Mercenary, twice. Anyway, Taker says, Miles dying would be similar to Phoebe Waller-Bridge's L337 dying in Solo. My theater was laughing and celebrating when she died. It was so funny. Dude,
really hot take.
Gay robot.
Dude, I couldn't see shit in that movie. Like, it was just
I do like that the robot just basically became a mindless slave in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, you have a hot take on that movie, Phoenix Solo?
No, I'll save it for later.
Oh gosh.
I'm sorry, Flash.
Are you going to defend it?
You can't say slave.
Please tell me you're not going to defend Solo, Phoenix.
Sorry.
Damn it.
We'll talk later. All right. Yes for 2 says other M gameplay was good. The story was shit. But the baby, other M was so disappointing.
But the baby.
Reese for 2 says, why is it that Japanese developers have this one and done mentality when it comes to producing games to where they'll never port an old game because we made that game already?
You know what's funny about Other M is like how many, we're all called misogynists here as gamers, and you hear it all the time. All of us are saying Samus would never be treated like that. She's the tough one. She would never take that shit. Yep. We're always arguing for her because guess what? We love the character, not the fucking gender. Like it's a perfect example of that.
That's actually a really funny point. The idea that if Other M came out today, it would be labeled misogynist. Because she has to take orders from Adam.
Yeah, they'd be attacking it.
Yeah.
And back in the day, that was hailed as like a revolutionary game in that department, wasn't it?
I wouldn't say revolutionary. It was scalded for being fucking stupid as shit. But Delta says, I think Smash AT is right. This is very Metroid Other M. I don't think he'll die. There's other Federation troops, and they'll probably fetch Quest Samus to progress. Thank you, Delta. Appreciate that. And Spencer came in and says, never forget the name of the dev studio. Doesn't mean shit. It's the people that make it, and the good ones leave over time. This is true, Spencer. Very good point right there. Your dad said you should watch this next video, and you don't want to disappoint Dad, do you?